Do we?
You are online, so you can start.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the GATE Academy live quiz on YouTube. Before we start, we can maybe wait for some time before, again, there are more joinees waiting for us. So we would like everyone to join in and participate as much as they can. And really a very an excellent initiative to be interacting with engineers across India. So thanks to GATE Academy for providing such a wonderful platform and with such an unconventional thought process that any GATE coaching company has ever come up with. Okay, and today we are going to just, it's a very light mood session. We are going to play a quiz, and the quiz is based on general aptitude. So maybe proceed. Okay, before going on to the quiz window, I would just like to share the basic instructions to play the quiz. I hope I'm clearly audible to everyone. You can type in your comments in the chat box. Okay, the very first important thing is I can see at the top section that it's clearly mentioned to join the live quiz. We need to go to the link given. So please get ready and access the link. Now, if you're using a single device, you can split your screen. And if you're using two devices, definitely you can manage YouTube on one device and you can access the quiz from the second device. Let me go ahead with the instructions. So once again, the reminder, the link in red at the top is the one that we need to access to play the quiz. Okay, the best part about the quiz, no negative points. And that's very clear and self-explanatory. Okay. The number of points per questions will be displayed along with the question. So that is also very clear in meaning. Each question may have different points, and the points will be attached along with the question, and you can see it while you are seeing the question. Okay, now here comes the interesting part. Tougher the question, you see more the points. So of course you can understand that in case the question is easy, we will give it less weightage, and if we find the question to be challenging, then of course more the weightage. And of course the best part of the quiz, you have extra incentives for answering the question faster. So faster you answer, the higher you score. I hope this part is clear to everyone. You can, if you want, you can just again type in the chat box anything that you want an explanation or re-explanation on. So I'll just recap once again. You have the direct link given at the top for accessing the quiz. No negative points for the quiz. And each question may have a different weightage or score that would be displayed along with the question. Interesting part of the quiz is, of course, different weightage. Tougher the question, we have more the points. And incentive, extra incentive for answering the questions quicker than your fellow engineers. So probably I'll give you some time. I'll wait for all of you to access the link and be ready by that time. In the meanwhile, okay, I'd just like to brief you about the quiz, not a very challenging one. We would encourage participation from you and all your friends. Anyone wishing or willing to join, just do send them the invite and ask them to join this platform that we are conducting on. Okay, and quiz seems to be very easy, and the subject today will be general aptitude. But as you know, that's one of the most important sections in whatever you are going to pursue after completing your graduation. So whether you're venturing into government jobs or into higher studies, or you're planning for MS somewhere else, MBA, the first hurdle that you need to cross is general aptitude. So now it's no more just a part of your preparation, it's a necessity, it's a priority, whether it be campus recruitment tests, whether it be GATE Aptitude, everywhere we need it. I think there are enough participants, and should we go ahead with the quiz. Are we ready for it? Okay, let's go ahead then. All the best to everyone. I can't see anything in live chat. If you have any questions, any suggestions, please do drop in. Your suggestions, your questions, everything would be welcome. Okay, now we can see quite a few participants joining in. I can see so many engineers, budding future engineers watching this video right now, but I don't see many joining the quiz. Come on. I would want everyone to be a part of this quiz. Of course, not a challenging one. You can just test your common sense and intelligence. Okay, that looks great. 8 now. Okay, come on, push, push, push. We'll run out of time. Anyone in the live chat? So what do we do? Do we need to wait for some more time, or should we go ahead with the quiz? Okay. Then let's go ahead with the quiz. And so I'm sure you're all set for it. Okay. Once again, all the best. Ready for it. All the questions come with a timer, so be careful to watch the timer and make sure that you're answering in time. Okay. A very common topic called time, speed, and distance. One of the most challenging concept-based topics, especially for engineering campus recruitment exams, as well as other tests, be it CAT or be it other government job entrance or job exams. Uh, Anyways, we haven't put up a great challenge with this question. These are basic questions, and I expect all engineering aspirants to be answering this question within the time given. Anyone good at technique can work it out with technique. Otherwise, the simple, most common way to answer these questions is equations. Test your skill sets with time, speed, and distance. I'm sure you can get this right. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, just 7 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Okay. Well, fine. We got 3 answers to be correct. Now, maybe we can go to the leaderboard and check. Excellent going, Vikas and Sashi. Okay, rest of you need to catch up with this. Come on. Are you ready for the next one? Let's go ahead. A tricky puzzle-based question. Just to help you out, I can give you a clue. Don't think permutation combination. These kind of questions do test your analytical reasoning skill sets. These questions could be very common in interview rounds as well. A lot of companies, they now ask you logic-based questions in interview just to check how do you analyze reasoning models and how do you handle stress. So a very good question to understand the kind of mindset that the interviewers use during company interviews. And of course, it can be a pen and paper or online aptitude question, whether in any form of aptitude test. Okay, good to see that we are still getting correct answers. This was a bit challenging. I already gave you a hint. Don't think permutation and combination. Okay, Vikas and Sashi, you continue to lead. Come on, rest of the fellow engineers, pick them up. Give them a tough competition. Let's go to the next one. Probably easiest of the lot. Sequences and series, one of the most common topics in reasoning across all aptitude tests, whether you are GATE aspirant, IES aspirant, SSC, RRB, anything that you're writing for, appearing for, sequences and series is going to be one of the most common questions that you see in any paper. And needs a little bit of practice to get used to. There are certain patterns, but this one seems to be easy, especially if you're pursuing engineering. And don't disappoint me. I'm sure all of you can get this bang on target. So please keep your cool and answer this. 10 seconds to go. We have given you enough time to think over and then take a call on the options. Surprise, come on, what's wrong? Okay, this is what happens when there is a timer running. Okay, Vikas, you're okay, someone else probably. You're giving a good fight. Come on, buck up. What about the rest? I'm sure you can do better than this. Tricky one. So take your time, reason it with thought process, think about factorials, and then take a decision. This question comes under number being a very important concept-based topic. Now, GATE uses a lot of questions on base applications, converting bases. So that's a subtopic under numbers. And unit digit calculation, remainders, these are also very common aptitude level questions. So whether it be CAT, GATE, we have seen a lot of questions based on unit digit calculations at GATE level. Just need to think a little bit more, keep your cool, study the pattern, and then answer the question. Okay, we are closing in on time. Okay, good to see. At least we have got 3 correct answers. So once again, the leaderboard. I must admit, Vikas and Sahi, you're doing great. Vikas is catching up at 2. Okay, there is a new contender at 3rd position. What about the rest? Come on, are we ready for the next one? Let's go ahead. This is a very simple permutation and combination based question. Again, remains to be one of the important topics at high mathematics level. You see questions from permutation for combination in General Aptitude GATE, in CAT, in case if you're willing to pursue MBA in future. And for the other government-based competitive tests, it's usually easier questions from this topic. Though this question is not very difficult, I'm sure you can manage this. And permutation combination has been a problem area for many engineers while we take the sessions, whether it be a GATE session or a normal MBA session for entrance. We have found that most of you struggle a lot because it's a concept-based topic. So one good idea would be to develop your skills and concepts based on this topic. Let's see how you fare with this easy question. Good answer. I was expecting a lot more than this, but anyways, I'm pretty satisfied with the responses. Let's once again go to the leaderboard. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Problems on ages, problems on number. These are the topic names, but they are primarily linear and simultaneous equations. And this is a staple part of any competitive test preparation when it comes to aptitude. So if you go through the past GATE papers, you will see questions on problems on ages, problems on numbers, and questions based on linear and simultaneous equations. Remember one thing which I always discuss while taking sessions, as an engineer, you are supposed to be strong at equations. At the basic level, you have to be conceptually very sharp at linear and simultaneous equations. Beyond that, I know you can also manage differential equations and rest everything, but when it comes to aptitude, especially when you're looking at campus recruitment, you're looking at government job exams, I already named a few, you're looking at GATE, important part of your preparation. Okay, I was expecting more correct answers for this. Anyways, we'll once again go to the leaderboard and check. Okay, Vikas and Shashi seems unbeatable. Let's see. Someone finally can challenge up them the next question, the last one for the quiz. A lot of shopping at Flipkart and Amazon, and you definitely have seen this concept of discounts 20% plus 15%. Definitely, it's not 35%. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a part of this quiz. Percentages or arithmetic. Any competitive test, level exam, if you go through carefully, analyze, 50% of the questions would be from arithmetic. And when I say arithmetic, I'm talking about percentage profit and loss, ratio proportions, averages, time and work, time, speed, distance. Major component of any government-based aptitude test, whether it be a job test or higher studies test. So in this case, just make sure that arithmetic is strong, just like the concept of linear equations that you are supposed to be very strong at. Okay, once again, probably this time at least recent, I've got probably the highest number of correct attempts in this case. Once again, we would like to. Okay, that looks great. Congratulations, Vikas and Sashi with 645 points. Did you find the quiz to be very easy? If you do so, next time I'll make sure I will challenge you more with trickier questions. Anything in the comment box? Can we go ahead and discuss the questions for the ones especially who attempted or who could not solve few or went with the incorrect answers? I still don't see anything in the chat box. Okay, fine. Now, let's go to the explanation part. The time that was given for each question was well planned. So it looked very manageable. Anyone who is in practice, this wouldn't have been a very difficult quiz to attempt. Now, being it the first quiz, we did not want to go to a higher level of difficulty and then just leave you with incorrect answers. Now, see, if I'm approaching it with equations, I told you equations has to be a major part of your preparation plan. You have to be good at equations, being engineers at every level. Now, I'm assuming the usual speed to be s and normal time to be t. So every day I'm traveling a distance of st. Is the font size okay with everyone? Is the font size clear? Anyone, if you could just comment on the chat box, is the font size clear with you? Can you read it clearly? Okay, still don't see. Anyways, we'll go ahead. So today we are traveling at a lesser speed. We are traveling at 5/6 of our usual speed, and I'm reaching the destination 15 minutes late. So I'm using the same distance formula application. Today I'm traveling at 5/6 of my usual speed, and time taken is t plus 15. But distance traveled on both days is same. So if I'm equating the usual day and today's situation, I'm supposed to get t. Of course, you can see it's one equation dealing in two variables, but s would cancel out. We would be left with t. Equation part was probably pretty easy approach to answer. More innovative or more conceptual would be the next part written in blue, if you can just focus. Now, class 7 onwards, we have been learning speed varies inversely proportional to time. So the model is when distance is constant, we know that speed varies as time. If I travel at half the speed, I will take double the time. I hope this is getting clear with you. If I'm traveling at twice the speed, I would take 1/3 the time. This question says I'm traveling at 5/6 of my speed. So while I'm thinking, I don't want to write equations in this case. We can solve these kind of questions in less than 10 seconds. I'm traveling at 5/6 of my speed. So the effect on time would be 6/5 of normal time. 6/5t means I'm taking 1/5t extra. And for that 1/5t, I was 15 minutes late. Straight away, time has to be, the ideal time has to be 75 minutes because the usual time we assumed it to be t. Is the second part clear? Anything in the comment box, please? Was the second part clear to everyone? Can we proceed to the next one? Okay. If you have any doubts, you can please do comment in the section. I'll take up your doubts. Okay. This one was interesting. I already gave you a clue that don't treat it like a permutation combination question. It's a very normal reasoning based question. Now, to understand this question, look at the solution. We are doing an experiment with 4 players, and I hope you understand what's a knockout tournament. So I only get one chance to qualify. In the first match, if I lose, I'm disqualified. I'm out of this tournament. So that's a knockout tournament. So in this case, we have assumed there are 4 players, A, B, C, D. So we can play matches in any order. Say the first match is between A and B, and the second match is between C and D. So we have played 2 matches right now, or 2 matches have been played till now. We have a winner from match 1, winner from match 2. This third match will give me a winner in case of 4 players, right? I've got 4 players. We divided into 2 groups. So A versus B, match 1, C versus D, match 2. And finally, winner versus winner, match 3, we have a winner. So now you start thinking logically. For every match, we are eliminating one participant, isn't it? A versus B, one gets eliminated. C versus D, one gets eliminated. D versus C, one gets eliminated. There are 4 contestants or 4 players. We need to find one winner. That means we have to eliminate 3 players. To eliminate 3 players, we need 3 matches. So your observation is one player eliminated every match. So for 161 players, I need to find a winner. That means we will have to eliminate 160 players in the process. Answer would be 160 matches. Was this a tricky one? Did you find it interesting or manageable? Still don't see anything in the chat box. You can definitely interact. It would be excellent if I could have interacted with you over voice, but that's difficult. So maybe something in the chat box. Okay, maybe we can move on to the next one. This one was easy. If you missed out on it, nothing to panic. It happens. Once you're in practice, you are never going to miss it. Sequences and series, there could be multiple logic behind a question. So many of you can think into 10 plus 1. Then again into 9 plus 1, and you're probably trying to decode a pattern like that. It did not work here. Many a times we break it into alternate series. So it's 1, 11, 101, next pattern. So series, however easy it is, it needs a little bit of practice to develop that mindset and confidence. In this case, we can now clearly see it's a very simple and clear binary sequence. The first number in binary is 1, second number is 10, 11, 100, 101. So the next number to follow would be 110. So it is easy, but don't think it to be a very easy and standard question. It was tricky. Whenever we discuss this question, at the most we get 50% correct answers. So this time probably it was better than that. Congratulations to all those who answered this question correctly. Okay, a very standard and basic application of permutation and combination. Now, in this case, you can see we are looking at 3 positive integers, positive numbers. And so ideally, the question means how many 3-digit numbers are there? If I allow repetitions, I will have to consider numbers which include repetitions as well as without repetitions. Now, I just want to explain it the very basic way. There are shortcuts. We don't want to get into the shortcuts now. In the first place, so I have represented a 3-digit number, hundreds place, tens place, and units place. So I'm trying to write the possible cases or the sample space for hundreds digit. So in the first place, we can have digits 1 to 9. Second place, we can have digits 0 to 9. Third place as well, we can have digits 0 to 9. So in this case, the first place can be filled up in 9 ways. Because repetitions are allowed, I can fill up the second place in 10 ways. Any digit from 0 to 9 can be used. Same for the unit digit. Any digit from 0 to 9 can be used in the third place. So in this case, again, the answer would be 900. Anyone not thinking permutation combination, this was much more conceptual. Question is asking you 3-digit numbers, repetitions and without repetitions. The smallest is 100 and the largest is 999. You could have simply counted the 3-digit numbers in this case. So anyone who does not want to use permutation combination in this case could have easily applied common sense and logic to answer this question. Is this clear to everyone? Still nothing in the chat box? Okay. Maybe I hope you're liking the session, at least a Y or N for that, yes or no, just to give me some confidence. Okay, let's proceed. Well, this one was interesting one and definitely a little bit tricky because not many of you could answer this question correctly. Again, if you don't want to experiment with the question, idea would have been very basic level equations. Whenever you find the questions to be challenging in equations, even easier if you convert it into simultaneous equations. So of course, the first equation is very clear to you. A is 9 years older than B. So we can clearly write A is equal to B plus 9. And the only challenging part in this particular question was the first line, to interpret the meaning of the sentence given. So in a hurry, what happens, because there was a timer on, probably you read it very fast and then you could not correlate or you could not interpret what the question was asking you to do, or the first statement in this case. So it says in 10 years, A will be twice as B was 10 years ago, twice as old as B was 10 years ago. So I have assumed A's present age to be A. So in 10 years, A would be A plus 10. B 10 years ago would have been B minus 10. And the information says that A 10 years from now would have been, sorry, this 10 is incorrect here. So it should have been twice of what B was 10 years ago. Now we have two equations and we could solve it. Even if I'm writing equations, these equations can be definitely solved within 60 seconds or 90 seconds as per the timer setting. And the second idea for these kind of questions, which we can also use at GATE, option-based checking in MCQs remains to be one of the most impactful ways of answering questions across all kind of competitive exams. So in this case, say I'm unable to understand or frame the equations, but I understand what's happening in the information given. So what I can do, I can straight away check with options. I've started with this. I've first assumed let the age of B be 29 years from the options. So if B is 29, A has to be 9 years older. That means A is 38. In 10 years, A would be 48. 10 years ago, B would be 19. 48 is not twice of 19. So option B eliminated. I could have gone to option C now and checked if B was 39 years old, then A is 9 years elder than B, which is 48. In 10 years, A would be 58 and 10 years ago, B would be 29. And the question says relation is twice, 58 is twice of 29. That means this situation matches with the question information given. So answer in any case would have been option C, 39 years. And okay, the next one. I was giving you a hint. I was asking you to analyze the pattern. This is a logic-based question, but does not involve techniques in unit digit calculations. Questions can be far more difficult in this section. This one was still easy to manage, as you know factorials and how they look like. So first hint, whenever you see this lengthy a question which goes up to factorial 999, rest assured that the question need not be stretched up to factorial 999. There has to be some trick which is being played in. So if I don't understand, I was just trying to understand the pattern. So I started writing manually. I just am writing the right numbers. Factorial 1 is 1. Factorial 2 is 2. We all know that. Factorial 3 is 6. I'm still not finding any logic to it. So I write 2, 3 factorials more. Factorial 4, 24. Factorial 5 is 120. Factorial 6, 720. And if I want to write factorial 7, it would be 5040. Now my observation is factorial 5 is the first factorial that is ending in 0. Factorial 6 ends in 0. Now once this 0 has set in, all factorials greater than equal to 5 has to end in 0 because it's a multiplication of 10 here. So now I understand factorial 5 to factorial 999, everything ends in 0, the unit digit, right? So my only focus would be unit digit of factorial 1 plus 2 plus factorial 3 and factorial 4. So if we add this part, you can clearly see that so the main factor for finding out what would be the unit digit of this solution would be this part. So we can straight away add the unit digits and answer would be 3. For those who answered, once again, it was a good question. If you're done for the first time, then really a good answer. Good going. And finally, the last one in the section. Successive discount is not a challenging concept. It's simple once you work out percentages basics. But again, a reminder, arithmetic still stands out to be the most important section in any competitive aptitude test. So whether it be GATE, whether it be SSC, RRB, I remind you have to be strong at arithmetic, followed with along with equations. I won't say followed with. In SSC, RRBs, even if I'm not good at higher mathematics, I still can manage. But in case of GATE, of course, I need to be equally good at both sections. But arithmetic questions can be more challenging than high mathematics when it comes to general aptitude. Now, I don't want to come up with a shortcut right now. You can just look at the figures and interpret it in a very simple format. So let the price be 100, or rather the mark price be 100. Two successive discounts of 20 plus 15 does not mean 35. You have seen a lot of these concepts or these kind of promotions at Amazon and Flipkart or any other e-commerce websites. So it means that first you're given a discount of 20%, and on the remaining you will get an additional discount of 15%. So in this case, the first discount applied is 20%. If I don't want to, I'm not using formulas, I can stick to it. So I'm just working out 20% of 100. So my effective price after the first discount is 80. Now on this 80, I'm going to get that additional discount of 15%. So 15% of 80 would be 12, and the final price would be 68. So the marked price, which was 100, now finally I'm buying it at 68. So if I try to calculate a single discount of, it would be equal to 32%. I hope this is clear. Any particular question for which you want me to re-explain, you can just type in the live chat window. Anything that you would, or any other questions that you have. Maybe I'll give you maybe a minute or so. Any doubt related to the quiz that we discussed, or any particular question related to preparation of GATE or anything else, you can just type in. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Fine then. We had a great session. I look to again interact with you in future as well, and that was a really good quiz. Next time, be sure that questions won't be at the same level. I would be challenging you with trickier questions that are again standard questions at aptitude level. And whenever there is a quiz like this, whatever be the subject, always try and attend it. There is always something to learn. Anyways, I'll follow the session for the time being. See you next time. Bye-bye, and thanks from the GATE Academy.